Welcome, everyone, to the future of work, where we're going to be concentrating on AI driven self help resolutions in this session. I'm very excited to have Aisera join us. In this call, I have Madhu Sudhakar, who is the co-founder and CEO of Aisera. I also have Asa Khan, who is the Senior Business Development Manager at Microsoft. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So to kick off, yeah, thank you. So to kick off, Asa, can you give us a little bit information about Microsoft for Startup? Because I know Aisera is one of the startups in the program.
Absolutely. So Microsoft for Startups is an exclusive program dedicated to helping seed to Series C enterprise-ready B2B startups rapidly scale their companies. We do this by really providing access to technology, including Azure, GitHub Enterprise, Office 365, Visual Studio, etc., combined with access to customers via Microsoft sales and marketing engines, which really provide a streamlined path for startups to connect their innovative solution to world-leading enterprise customers. Now, sort of depending on the startup journey, we have multiple tiers in the program, and Isera is actually in the top tier, which is also known as Pegasus. Really, the Pegasus program is an exclusive program offered to highly curated set of startups, often backed by top-tier investors. Now, I know in case of Isera, they're actually backed by Ram Shriram, who was one of the first investors in Google and serves on their board of directors. But more importantly, from a program standpoint for these Pegasus startups, what we do is offer executive sponsorship, tailored discounting, customized go-to-market planning. They work directly and very closely with our product groups for opportunities to co-develop and deeply integrate with Microsoft products and or do joint research with us. So really at a high level, it's about building with us, selling with us, and then scaling with us. Thank you.
That's definitely awesome for a startup. So Madhu, can you tell us a little bit about Aisera and the services that you provide to consumers out there?
No, first of all, I want to thank you, Ruth, for having me and Asra. It's a privilege to be part of your event, Ignite. It's a great show that Microsoft does as an event every year. So I'm really thrilled and excited to be part of and speaking with you all. At high level, Isera is a startup based in Palo Alto. We are close to 3 years old. And what we provide is we automate customer service and support, and both for internal and external. When I say internal, it's for employee help desks and service desks, as well as external customer service and support. And if you drill down a little bit on that, what we are trying to do is provide a vehicle, and given what you have seen with the current COVID environment or going forward, for employees to be able to provide on any device, any time, on any channel to be able to communicate and get their work done. And that includes people coming on Microsoft Teams or other channels, and such as Slack, and able to go through the request and able to deliver their answers in a consistent real-time manner. So we front-end, for example, ServiceNow, we front-end Workday, we front-end Adobe, we front-end Dynamics 365. We sit in front of all these customer support service solutions and try to address the request to the users. The users could be an employee or external user. And the request itself, Ruth, can be a information request. A employee might want to find something, or it could be a workflow action-driven request. So we try to address both pieces. And the goal here is to empower users so that they are not blocked and improve their productivity, at the same time getting their job done.
Wow, that's very incredible. So to piggyback on COVID that you just mentioned, we're seeing a huge shift to virtual, where a lot of the call centers and everybody is working from home. So how are you leveraging conversational AI and automation in the process of the end user that needs to use the service and the backend help desk or call center using Microsoft Teams and also Microsoft Office or any other Microsoft technologies?
Absolutely. Very good question, Ruth. So I think what used to be chatbots, we have taken that to the next generation. I call it chatbot 2.0, or what Gartner termed this area is conversational AI, like how you're saying, Ruth. So the idea is we offer conversational AI using a fundamentally new technology called unsupervised NLP or unsupervised AI, where system will train and learn on your content. That could be coming from your knowledge articles, it could be your historical request, and it could be ongoing manner. It could be live transcript from call center agents. It learned from all this data in a historical manner or ongoing manner. Once and as it goes on, once the common AI system knows the vocabulary and requests, and it builds itself a knowledge graph. And think of like a Google created this page rank, we create a knowledge graph of all the requests that are going there, and we mine that request and provide a conversational AI dialog flow engine. And the dialog flow engine is delivered through MS Teams. So an employee or user will go through MS Teams and type a request, and our system will provide a real-time response to that based on how to do it, and it's done in a dialogue manner. We're not trying to offer a search experience where you provide an article. So if Ruth, if you were to ask a question saying that what is my XYZ in terms of a table request, it actually gets you the answer from that information. If you want to know what is your how many PTO days you have at this point in time, or what should be your expense policies, or system will actually provide the right answer to you, right? At the same time, if you want to, let's say you want to install something, you want to do provisioning your software, it actually can do that as well. All the way down to what I see people is doing cybersecurity. Um, you're an employee, somebody hacked into your email, you have a phishing attack going on, and you want to protect yourself. Or let's say you went to a bad URL site and yeah, a browser exploit is going on. You could provide a self-service cybersecurity through MS Teams to the employees is where we want to deliver that whole in terms of workflows and orchestration.
Wow. I think that's very useful nowadays where people want instant gratification. Nobody wants to do the same repetitive task. So I think it's amazing what you guys are doing. Would you say the solution is more response, or does it also have the intelligence of doing back-end processes, being proactive
Right.
in its AI solution?
Very good question also. So initially we started with conversation AI. So one thing we've added into the product is called conversation RPA. I think Ruth, that's what you're referring to. The backend
Exactly.
workflows and orchestration. RPA is where you really improve the productivity of your employees. It may not be just for IT, it could be for IT, cloud, HR, finance. So what we did is we kind of provide a conversational interface for RPA, and we call that one conversation RPA. Under that, you people can perform, as I said, the top request that I've seen is software and application provisioning is one category, desktop end user services, right? These days, you're all working remotely. There's a social distancing there. There's no way you can get on the phone call between 8 to 5, 9 to 6 to talk to IT person to get your work done. So we enable all those actions. And they go in all the way down to procurement. To that extent, we offer our own catalog called Isera catalog. So catalog will work with all these predetermined templates that will help employees and users get almost instant gratification to enable services. I'll give you a good example, Ruth. Some of our customers, what they're using is just the ticket management, right? If you were to come in through MS Teams and say, hey, what are my open requests are? You can find out your request, you can resolve the request. You don't need to pick up a phone or send an email. You can also say, hey, this request, I want to modify it. I want to upgrade my support request. We deliver all those, and we are taking that to proactive manner. So instead of you asking the question, Ruth, wouldn't it be good when you log in the morning 8 o'clock as you're drinking your coffee, system will come back and say, hey, Ruth and Ashraf, hey, these requests are waiting for you, would you like me to do the job for you? So it'll actually chase the employees and their managers who needs to help you to resolve it. So I call that concierge service, right? So making this proactive manner in MS Teams to resolve your request, let use AI to work it for you to resolve the request.
Okay, awesome. How long would it take to deploy your service if an enterprise or organization wants to work with you? And what's the ROI?
Very good question. So first, let me talk about ROI, and you can see. So I think uh, deployment and ROI are two pieces to everything. I see the ROI into three buckets. Truly, at the end of the day, we have to improve the productivity of the employees and users. That bucket is very important. The second bucket, I call it is, am I cutting down on day one the costs related to license costs, subscriptions, and resources. Because if I'm not giving you hard ROI savings, that's very tough. Third is in the agent. Can I improve the agent productivity? I call our solution to be zero-day solution. I call it zero-day AI, our day one solution. These systems are readily available from Azure Cloud Service using MS Teams almost instantaneously on day one, day two kind of thing, right? You don't need to deploy. It's not like enterprise software where you need weeks and months of professional services and requires lots of manual training, etc. And not only that reduces the deployment time and system up and running, what it helps you is also provide a very good ROI, return of investment, across your organization.
Uh, I like that you have a very dynamic solution that no matter what enterprise or organization that you're working with, is able to easily integrate with. Well, thank you everybody for joining this session, and thank you, Madhu, for joining us, and Aisera, for joining us in this session. If you want to know more about Isera, go to isera.com and you can get more details about the service.
Thank you, Ruth and Asra. I really want to thank you, both of you. I won't be there without without Asra's help with Microsoft Startup Program. I really enjoyed all of those guys who are listening to this program. Please contact Asra and become part of Microsoft Startup Program. It changed our life at Isera, and I really thank Asra and Ruth for having me here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Madhu. Appreciate it.